Welcome team, it is time for the weekly live Q&A and hopefully you're watching this on YouTube or you might be watching this on Facebook. Welcome. And my name is Kam Dovedi. If you're joining me here for the first time, I'm the founder of Premier Property and I'm an investor developer over the last 30 years. And the point of these sessions is to answer your questions. So I look forward to hearing from you in the future with your questions, and also feel free to comment on this page as well, and that's absolutely fine. We're doing this, like what I say, every single week. And I'm going to jump into, I've got 5 questions here today. Jump into these questions, and these questions are from our Premier Property Inner Circle. My students, people that have been training with us at Premier Property, they're really on it. So some deep questions are to be expected, and exactly what I've got here today. So I'm going to start with the first question, which is all about developing and permitted development. This is from Adam Wu. Adam is asking, so to summarize, he's come across a Victorian property. It has been used as an office, as a Class B1A, and his architect is saying that it can be converted into 3 flats, and he's also saying that the council have accepted that there is no planning required and they are willing to make it work under the PD rules. They're accepting that. And the question that Adam is asking me here is a couple of questions actually. So the first question is, now that we understand what the scenario is, that if approval is not required, then why does the council advise to apply for a lawful development certificate? Well, the thing is, when you have these permitted development situations, it's always good to actually get and apply for a lawful development certificate, because when you are financing or you're selling that property, you've got proof of something that says, well, you know what, I've done this correctly. Yeah, that's basically what you're saying. I've done this correctly, and this is the right way of doing things. And the lawful development certificate allows for someone to assess that, whether it's a lender or, like what I say, someone who is actually buying that property. Yeah, Adam, so yeah, you just simply apply for that. The second part of the question that Adam's got here is, under PD rights, is it necessary to retain the basement for office use? No. He's saying under the PD rights, it's necessary to retain the basement for office use. With part commercial, will it not be more difficult to get mortgages for the residential flats? So yeah, so basically what you got there, Adam, is a semi-commercial property. You're converting part of it. That's absolutely fine. So when we're doing deals like this at Premier Property, what we do is we will look at a loan, not giving you any financial advice, but what we do is we will look at a commercial loan for the whole unit, although there are certain parts of that are residential. Yeah. So if you are selling it, you would sell it as a whole entity. Or if you are refinancing, you will refinance it as a whole entity. Now, absolutely fine, that works really well. And you can, in my experience, typically get up to 70, on the odd occasion 75%, but more so 70% loan to value finance. Really exciting strategy. Loving what you're doing there, Adam. So thanks for starting us off on a really deep question there. Hopefully I've answered that one for you. So things to work on there. Moving forward, we're going to move forward to our next question, all about Section 24 from Mindy Chia, who is again part of the Premier Property Inner Circle, one of our students. And I say student, she's a very experienced lady in her own right, taking to the next level. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, help us out with our channel. A lot of people are getting a lot of value from this. We're getting some great comments. So feel free to subscribe here. You know how that works. You can subscribe on that icon there. Just press on that bell, button there that says you can subscribe. And of course, to make sure you get the latest videos, which I'm doing every week, of various types, feel free to come and join us. And to be the first person to receive these, there's that bell icon, isn't there? So if you just click on that bell icon, we will make sure that you get the videos first, okay? Some really cool stuff I'm going to be sharing next week, all about PD and development and some of our projects as well, live deals that we're doing. So feel free to join us, okay? Now, enough said on that. Let's carry on and answer the second question. And the second question is by, as I say, Mindy. So Mindy is asking, why does Kam think that Section 24 is good for property investors? Did I say that? Well, Mindy, I see what you're saying. So I guess I'm guessing from your question, Section 24. So here's my view on Section 24. In my experience, Section 24 is a great way to mitigate taxation when it comes to personal properties, residential properties, namely buy-to-lets and HMOs in personal names. Now remember, I can't give you tax advice because I ain't a tax advisor, but what I am sharing with you is the entrepreneur's perspective. So what we do is we use HMRC's guidelines, and you can use HMRC's guidelines according to their rules. So something that you want to be checking in on is BIM, so that's Bravo, yeah, IM for Mike, Bravo, BIM 46900, all about repair, replace, and renew. They're the three key elements that can help you to mitigate taxation with Section 24. So if you've already got a portfolio and you're watching this and you're thinking of some jiu-jitsu strategy, you know, some tax strategy out there, well, you know what? You can actually use Section 24 to mitigate your taxation, in my experience. So, yeah, BIM 46900 is a key there that will help you, which is repair, replace, and renew, which means that you can deduct these expenses from the income that's coming in. So you can plan to mitigate your taxes in the right way according to HMRC's guidelines correctly. Okay? We can discuss more of that in future. If you want some more of this, just comment below, I want more, and I'll cover some more of that with another time. We need more time for that one. That's a great question by Mindy. Next up is Clint. Clint, another one of our lovely people moving forward in the Premier Property Inner Circle. And this is Clint Christian. So, hi Cam, of the 1,200 and 2,000 per square metre figure used for conversion, we discussed that last time, didn't we? In the last Q&A. I love the fact that you're moving forward there, Clint. When it comes to manual work, when it comes to building and construction, what kind of figures can I expect there is the question really Clint is asking. So remember, I use the figures of £2,000 a square metre for properties where they are new builds. So you're building them. That's not the build cost. That is everything included. So all the fees, the structural engineers fees, and all of that, right? All included in an encompassing figure. So you got a quick rule of thumb. For conversions, it's £1,200. For simple conversions, £1,200 per square metre. Now, Clint is asking, well, what do you actually pay the builder? So depending on where you are in the country, depending on how busy the contractors are, or how much they need your work at that point in time, you will find that you should be in the realms of anywhere between, very tight £1,200 for the actual build cost, to around £1,400 to £1,500 maximum you're looking at for the actual build cost. Okay, so you got a kind of a framework there to work to, and like what I say, these numbers will really help you to solidify what you're actually doing. So Clint, great question there. So hope that helps you to be moving forward with this. Great. Next question here is by our lovely Maria. Maria West is saying, hi Cam, I'm in the process of selling a flat which has a portable buy-to-let. Now I wonder if you've had one of these portable buy-to-lets. Well, mortgages, right? That can be transferred to a new property purchase. And I was wondering if the portable buy-to-let mortgage can be used to purchase a mixed-use property, or will I have to reapply for the commercial mortgage? Interesting. So these portable mortgages, in my experience, Maria, they are very useful. However, it is all about matching it up. So from my perspective, what normally happens is that every time that we use one of these, to be fair, we don't use a lot of these. We just go for a fresh product, which sounds like you're going to have to with what you've got going on. However, these portable products can be useful when you've got a like-for-like property where the loan-to-value is going to be very similar. And also, keep in mind that the lenders, in my experience, will still want to do the valuation. They will still want you to fill in the forms. Sometimes it makes you wonder, well, what's the point of the portable mortgage, right? Well, I suppose, if you're part way through it, you can just move it on, but you still got to go through the whole rigmarole even of the process of doing the application, if I'm making sense here for you. So you will find that's what happens in portable situations. A little bit too much information there, as per usual. But hey Maria, but to answer your question simply and clearly, you're probably going to find that you have to get a buy-to-let mortgage, like what I just mentioned. They probably won't accept a commercial scenario, so it will be a new mortgage application there, Maria. Okay, so hopefully you're making notes here as we're going along. And yeah, I mean, if you, I'm going to the next question. Next question is from Jason, all about periodic tendencies now. So I'm going to cover this one. And I was just going to say, if you haven't subscribed to our channel and you would like to, you can do it right now and join us and move forward together. And I love sharing, and I love to hear your questions, by the way. I also like to hear your comments. So if you've got experience in the field, and I'd love to hear some of your experience that you want to be sharing. So do comment below and feel free to share your experience, and that's okay. It doesn't matter if you're brand new. It doesn't matter if you're extremely experienced or anywhere in between. Because remember, you might not be, new, or you might be new to property, or you might be very experienced, but that's absolutely fine. But we're all on a journey, aren't we? Myself included, and that's the whole purpose of answering these questions on a weekly basis. So if you're following me, feel free to subscribe. You can do it now. Moving forward, Jason's question all about ASTs. So Jason is asking, in a nutshell, he's asking when should he increase the rents for his tenants? Should he have a new AST agreement, or should he vary the current agreement that he has, which is on a rolling contract? Well, Jason, the way we do this at Premier Property is, if we're increasing the rent, first of all, we only increase the rent typically either when the tenant leaves and a new tenant is actually coming in, because people don't like, let's be honest, we're dealing with human beings. We're in the world of dealing with people who are living in your properties, and yes, it's a business, and you're also providing a good quality home for someone. We've got to keep this in mind, right? We've got to keep this in mind. So, I don't like, personal opinion, I don't like increasing rents for tenants on an annual basis, because it's a little bit annoying, let's be honest, right? So what we do is we will increase the rent when a tenant vacates and a new tenant comes on in. So feel free to write it down, of course. Yeah. So that's one way that we do that. So the new tenant will get the higher rent. Or second way we will do this is we will measure a 3-year period. So if someone has actually been in your property for 3 years and you haven't increased the rent, the market has adapted in that time. The rents have probably gone up, which they have been doing across the UK. So in the right gold mine areas, in the right areas, yes. Well, then, you are within your rights to say to the tenant, look, for the last 3 years, we haven't increased your rent by a single penny. Market rent has now gone up. It's time to now increase your rent. Is that being fair with you? And they'll be very, very pushed to not agree to that. They might not want the increase in rental, but they'll be very pushed to say, well, you shouldn't, because the rents have gone up, right? So we put that balloon of 3 years or a new tenant into the scenario. And when you jump up the rent jumps up to market value. So rather than small increments, it'll be just new market value in rental, which, if you're like me, you feel is a fair way of doing business. Okay, that was a question by Jason. So Jason, I hope that helps there. So every time we do this, by the way, we go for a new tenancy. So a new agreement, just for belts and braces, nice clear agreement. So there's no misunderstanding, clarity with a new agreement. That's that one, Jason. Moving forward, we have a question from, right, what have we got a question here? Yeah, we've got another question here by, I haven't got a name on this one. Right, okay, so a question being asked here is, can property prices are going up? What do I do? Prices are going crazy. Right, well, okay, so I get the idea. Yeah, and many of us are right now are in this same boat, aren't we? Where we're finding residential property prices are going up, commercial property prices, the deals are going fast. Well, here's the thing. What you got to remember is you're not looking at everything. I had a conversation with one of my deal sources this morning, in fact, where he was saying, Cam, it's kind of a regular conversation we have on a weekly basis. Then I remind him, by the way, you're still getting deals. And he says, oh, yes, we are. Well, yes. So the conversation goes like this. Oh, prices are going up. Estate agents saying you can't find properties for the price that we're looking at. Prices are going higher. Sales are getting agreed straight away. Sales are getting agreed before we even view the properties. Sales are getting agreed, blah, 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 blah. So what you've now got to build in is a relentless approach. Because remember, you are not normal, as one of my mortgage brokers said to me. I said, what do you mean? He said, you're not normal, the amount of properties that you're buying and the way that you're scrutinizing these deals. So in the same way, you need to get focused if you're not already focused. So one thing that we've got at Premier Property is a discipline to be focused on only buying good deals. If a deal isn't a good deal, let it go by. Let someone else buy that. They might get lucky, it might be good. They might get unlucky and the market might fall. But you know what? We're not going to gamble. My suggestion is that you don't gamble. My suggestion is that you make this a proper business and you crunch the numbers before you make any offers on properties. And if they go, let them go. Because within what you're doing, the probability of success is there. It might be a lower percentage, but if you know what I'm saying, if you throw enough of it at the wall in the right direction, some of it's going to stick. Did I actually say that? I think I just did. Trust me, this stuff works. You just got to find the right deals. So, hope that answers your question there. So, a quick round of answering questions. I love doing this, by the way, on a weekly basis. Hopefully, this is really helping you. And if it is, feel free to join us, right? You know what you can do, subscribe, click on the bell icon, all of that, right? You can do that right now. It's Kam Dovedi helping you take your property investing to the next level. I will see you same time here next week. See you later.